Welcome back. Today I'm going to speak about the apparatus that we use in our electrical as technician to ensure that our client are well protected, or the circuit that we have installed is well good. When you are ensuring that there is a good protection, remember you have to use all the best things that are supposed, all the necessary things that are supposed to be used in each and every area, such as wherever you check your circuit or the electrical installation, to ensure that the client is safe and also he or she equipment are safe, and also the premises is safe. So due to this, we do use several apparatus such as MCB, RCB, RCBO, MCCB, isolator, and other apparatus that we use accordingly to its work, because each apparatus works at its own work and it is needed in a different place. So welcome, we learn together some of these apparatus that we use to ensure that our clients are safe. Welcome. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep watching. Welcome. So first I'm going to talk about this one. This one we call it isolator. Isolator is just a form of a switch. It's just for switching off and on, and that's all. As you can see here, it's showing this arrow. When you see this, it shows is a switch. Isolator is a switch. So don't be confused between isolator and other things. So this one we call it isolator. Then from there, the work of an isolator is to switch off the main, the power which is supplying to the equipment or to the panel that you have. Maybe for a DB there is a main switch, it works as an isolator. So this, the work of isolator is to isolate the power. Isolate means to shut off the whole system. This is isolator. Then from there we have this one. This one is MCB. The work of MCB, you know, it is just to ensure that the current which is passing through this MCB, it's within the rated current. Like for instance, this one, it's rated at 16 amperes, and also you can see the arrow here, it's showing for MCB. So its work is to just to operate at the set point of current, whereby this as for 16 amperes. If maybe you use a 20, any equipment which is consuming more than 20 or more than 16, it will trip automatically, because its work is that one. The full of MCB as a technician, that is the work of MCB. The full name of MCB is miniature circuit breaker. That is its work. Then with me here, I have another thing. which is called RCBO. RCBO, you can see it has these two cables which comes from inside. As you can see the circuit, how it is connected inside here. The work of this is to protect the circuit from, as it is, RCBO means residual protection circuit breaker. So its work is to protect the circuit from the harm. Maybe there is any contact between neutral and live, automatically it will shut off. Again, where there is any leakage or open circuit, it will automatically sense. If there is open circuit, it will sense and it will go off. Then we have this one. So the work of this one is to protect the circuit, or for you when you are in contact with any live, automatically it will go off. Then it will also protect the end user or the one who is using the power. So the work of this one is to protect the circuit, whether it has a earth leakage or it has a circuit whereby the circuit is not complete, it will automatically sense and it will go off. Maybe neutral is not continuous, it will automatically go off because it cannot work without neutral. So it's a combination of all things. It has this white cable, it's a ground cable. This black, it's a neutral cable. And then in this side is where you connect your line, that is live. In this side, as you can see, you have road, neutral and live, meaning when you install this one, neutral and ground, automatic, here you will get live and here you will get neutral. So this one will be able to protect for different things, and it will protect you from any harm. Then we have another one which they look similar but they are different. This, I said this one is RCBO. This one we call it RCB. The difference between RCBO and RCB, it is that the residual current RCCB, this one is RCCB, while this one is RCBO. If you check, they look similar. They look similar, but this one is RCBO and this one is RCCB. Residual current circuit breaker, while this one is residual current protection. So for this one, RCCB, its work is different, although it works also the same with this one, although it has a more advanced. This one will protect you when there is overload. It will protect you when there is overload, current, when maybe something is consuming a lot of current, it will protect your circuit. Or anyone goes to contact with the power, automatically it will sense and it will go off. So that is the work of this one. As you can see, they look similar, and everything, it has a neutral and it has ground, but you can see the difference here. Also here there is a difference. You can see the connection inside, it looks like this, are different from this connection. You can see this connection is a different one, but they work almost the same. The only difference that this one will sense when there is overcurrent, because it works also as a overcurrent relay internally. So that's how that one works. Then we have this one, we call it RCCB, also a different one from this one. Also this is RCCB, and this one now is also RCCB. For this one is advanced, while this one works in a single way. This one you connect neutral and three phase. So this one will protect your circuit. If maybe you get a neutral from a different feeder, automatically this will sense and it will go off. If it has any problem with the neutral side, then it will trip, because also it's a residual current circuit breaker. So this and this has both almost the same work, but this one is more advanced because it also do with the overcurrent. So when the component or the end user is it has a lot of consumption, then it will sense and it will go off. Then from there we have this one. This one is a timer. This one we mainly use when we need to install something with a time schedule. Maybe you want to set, for you want it to go off maybe 2 or 3 times or 4 times. You will just set it. You need only to open here. You will need to open like that. Then this one, blue line, it is for setting the time that you want, and this center is a clock, whereby this knob, this one, it's a small knob, it is for setting the clock. Then we have this one. If you want it to work auto, it has 3. You can see there is 0, there is clock, and there is 1. 1 means manual, clock means a timer, timed time, then 0 means off. So this is how it works. Mainly it controls, we use it to control lights or even a big circuit. When you get the power, then you give it power, then the set time, you will output, you will give it to whatever you want to be controlled. Meaning this one is from the control circuit, so you can send it to the secondary control or the power control circuit. It can be controlling your contactor to go on and off through the coil. Then now this is our contactor. As you know, the contactor, how it works. The contactor, we have a coil and we have the faces that we need, as you can see. This A, it's a coil. A1 and A2, it's a coil. So you put the power from the timer, you can put it here to control this contactor. Then we have normally close, normally open. Now this one, you control it with your control circuit. Then from there we have this one, we call it relay. Also the relay has normally open and normally closed. The difference between a relay and a contactor is that contactor controls big circuit while relay controls small circuit, whereby it's like a primary and this one is like secondary, whereby this one relay controls contactors. Then this relay can also be controlled by timer, but for this one it works with the small power to control this one, which works with the big power. There is this contactor and we have also another one, we call it power contactor, which is bigger than this one. The other power contactor, or where we call it, you can get it where there is a big motor, where we call it motor control center. So you get to see big contactor more than this one for protecting the motor, or to make sure the motor is safe. So when you find that there is another big contactor, you find that this smaller one controls the bigger one, and then the bigger one will control the motor. But whereby we have a small motor, we normally use this type of contactor, whereby it looks like that. So that's how some of our equipments or our apparatus looks like. Then I'll show you more. Then another thing that I want to talk about is this one. This one we call it MPC, motor protection control contactor. So this controls the motor, and it has a set point to ensure that the motor is safe. Its work is to protect the motor. That's why it's called motor protection. As I told you, this one we call it MPCB, motor protection breaker. Its work is to protect the motor. It protects the motor when there is high voltage or more demand from the road. This works like thermal overload also, because it works to operate and switch off. As you can see here, there is setting where you can do setting, so it will automatically switch off the circuit when there is any overload. So its work is to protect the motor. When the motor has overheating, then automatically also it will go off when the motor is overheating. Now another thing I want to talk about is this device. This device, as you can see, it's written ELR. This is earth leakage. Its work is to protect you from earth leakage. We call it ERCB. So any fault within the circuit, it will sense whether there is open circuit whereby a person can be contact with live. It will sense and it will make the whole circuit to go off. We call it ELR or ELCB, earth leakage circuit breaker. This one automatically it senses any power where can make someone to get hurt, or when maybe you touch the equipment with a metal part or water, you can get electrocuted. So this one ensures that there is no any danger. This one for technician is more better to use it, whereby in the kitchen it's more better to use this one, which is also connected to the sockets, whereby the socket in the kitchen can automatically go off when there is any problem in the earth leakage. Also we have this one. This one, its work is to control the current, but this one now it's a different. This one is not a breaker, this one is a relay. We call it undercurrent or overcurrent relay. Well, the circuit which is fed goes above the setting point. As you can see here, there is a setting point where you can set. When it goes above the setting point, then automatically this one will cause the whole circuit to go off. This one is undercurrent and overcurrent relay. This relay controls the whole circuit. Also works as main, as we had said, this earth relay. But the difference between earth relay, not earth relay, but ELCB, the difference is that this one works when there is any current which is going, or which is endangering anyone who is touching the metal part or contact with the current or with the live cable. So this one is to protect the circuit or to protect the equipment, whereby when it consumes a lot of current, this relay will shut off the whole circuit. When it's consuming undercurrent or low current, it will also again go off. When there is a problem within the power supply, then it will go off. This one will protect your component from getting burnt or damaged. So we call it UCR, that is undercurrent relay. Its work is to protect from the leakage. It also protects from the more current consumption, and it also protects from undercurrent. As you know, when something maybe it's rated for 5 amperes and it's given maybe 1 ampere, this component will get damaged slowly by slowly, and after all it will get damaged. With this one, it will protect the component which is connected within the circuit, and that is its one, to protect the component which is consuming that current, because its work is for controlling the flow of the current. Now this is an isolator which I can show you. This is a big one, but it's the same, it function the same. It's an isolator. This one already it has been connected with the rod for switching off. When you remove it, it is the same, but this one is a bit bigger. Then we have this component here, one. This is a transformer, we call it current transformer. This one is for indicating the flow of current in the circuit. This one is the same, RCCB, not RCCB but MCCB. This one is MCCB, modeled case circuit breaker. Its work is to control large amount of power. You can set it with a timer relay. Also you can connect it direct, and it will protect your components, or it will protect your circuit also. For this one, it works with the big components, while there is a smaller one which works with the smaller components. When we need to work with the big components, we use MCCB, because this one works with the big component. It works also like the MCB. Its work is the same with the MCB, but it's a bit advanced, because inside it has a coil whereby you can connect a delay relay, whereby the even if you switch on here, it will take some time to go on. In that way, it can make you be able to work smoothly, instead of switching on and the power is going directly. So that's how this one works.